Scott, it's great to have you on Floor Talk today. Thanks for joining me.
Well, thank you for having us. It's an exciting time for us to celebrate 10 years of being on the stock exchange.
Yes, 10 years of trading on the New York Stock Exchange. You're ringing the closing bell today to celebrate that milestone. So now tell me, what have been some of your achievements over the past 10 years?
Well, I think over the last 10 years, couple things. One, I think we've really sharpened our focus over these 10 years on the stormwater management. That's what we do. That's our promise, to protect and manage water, the world's most precious resource. And we do this across communities, across North America. And I think that sharpened focus of really understanding what we do has led to some of the performance we've had and has allowed us then to reinvest at a pretty good rate, both organically, spending capital on machinery, new initiatives, penetrating new territories, gaining participation versus alternative materials, and to make acquisitions over that time. 5 years ago, we made a big one with Infiltrator, which is our other business. And that wouldn't have been possible, really, without being part of the New York Stock Exchange and that access to capital, but also that sharpened, I think, execution and focus.
Now, Scott, tell me, what role does ADS play in building more resilient water infrastructure in the U.S.?
We play a lot of roles in that, as a matter of fact, across a wide variety of end markets. So as you know, I mean, water events are becoming more frequent and more intense. Our products really help mitigate the flooding that could occur during these events. We make stormwater products that capture the water, drains, convey, that's the pipe around a piece of property, storage, so it can be stored and then cleaned up and released back into the watershed. And that's our solution. That's really the solution we put together. So as these events become more intense and more frequent, often there is additional volume of water that has to be taken care of. New installations, maybe the rewriting of the regulations that govern stormwater design in an area. It's an intensely local business from that perspective. So I think we play a very big role in mitigating these issues.
Talk to me about the importance of your solutions for local communities.
I tell people we make places a better place to live. We improve the quality of life with our products in a neighborhood or on a piece of property. I mean, we participate from 5 acres to 5,000 acres. I mean, a wide variety of things. And what we do is when our products are applied on these sites, we're preventing the pooling of water, the flooding of a street, because it's kind of captured, moved, usually stored appropriately, and then discharged cleanly to the watershed. Our teams, our engineers are working with local departments of engineering, local civil engineering firms, departments of transportation. These are all the folks that are designing these stormwater systems. And it's all about making those areas or those neighborhoods good places to live. No one wants to live in a neighborhood that floods.
No one wants to live in a neighborhood
No
that
one wants
floods.
that.
So now tell me, Scott, what's next for ADS for the next 10 years and beyond?
For the next 10 years, we think there's a lot of really nice tailwinds. I mentioned this increase in intensity and frequency of storms. That's driving a lot of demand, as many areas, including here in the kind of your tri-state area, are rewriting their stormwater regulations to account for that additional water that needs to be managed. That's going on in Houston, Texas, South Florida. Lots of different things around cleaning up water. You know, what really in our application, it rains, that water hits a impervious surface like a road or a parking lot. You know, sediment, oils come off of that. Our products then clean that out and reintroduce it to the watershed. So clean water is a big part of our future also there. We're investing at a pretty good rate in new machinery, safety, redesigning our equipment for kind of more ergonomically friendly, you know, kind of hands-off type of things. So that's really what's in our future. And then we announced an acquisition yesterday of a company called Arenco that makes advanced treatment systems for on-site septic wastewater. Now, that's a mouthful, but our other business, Infiltrator, makes on-site septic systems. If you're not connected to a centralized, you're in an on-site system, and there's a tank and a leach field. Think of a rural area where a lot of those are, or a very fast growing area where the municipal centralized system hasn't caught up. There's a lot of work going on there in that area around what we call advanced treatment systems, which remove nitrogen at a faster rate from the effluent before it seeps back into the ground, essentially. In Florida, Chesapeake Bay, all these kind of areas are using these kind of products. And Orenco fits in with us very nicely, both geographically and from a technology standpoint. So there'll be some acquisitions in our future. We have a good balance sheet. We've worked hard to get that, and we want to use it both organically and inorganically over the future to grow the business with these nice tailwinds.
Well, Scott, it's very important work that you're doing at ADS. Thank you for being a part of the NYSE family. It's great to have you here for 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a thrill for us too. So thank you very much. And we're equally excited about being part of the New York Stock Exchange family.